New tonight at 10. It's been nearly 9 months since the Humane Society of Southern Arizona sent more than 300 small pets to a known reptile breeder. The News 4 Tucson investigators obtained evidence that shows they likely became reptile food, and now we know the status of 2 separate criminal investigations. Our chief investigative reporter, Corus Nylander, has the latest in tonight's News 4 Tucson investigation.
Well, this controversial failed pet transfer got international attention, and an army of animal advocates wanted to see criminal charges. The chairman of the board for the Humane Society here brought the case to Tucson police himself. Then leads started to pop up in Apache Junction. Now both cases have come to a close. It was August 7th. More than 300 rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, and rats were loaded onto a truck headed to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona to find forever homes. Instead, they were sent to a reptile breeder named Colton Jones in Apache Junction. The News 4 Tucson investigators obtained this text message last year from Jones to another reptile breeder sent the day after the transfer, showing they likely became reptile food.
The text message discovered by KVOA investigative reporter Corus Nylander creates a reasonable belief Jones may have used some of the animals for those purposes.
On November 2nd last year, the Tucson Police Department started investigating the case. We now know the case has been closed without any charges. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona providing an update on its website saying in part, quote, "Because only law enforcement has the authority to bring criminal charges, HSSA must regrettably accept the findings of the authorities. HSSA is grateful for the time and attention dedicated to this matter by law enforcement officials." In December, the News 4 Tucson investigators received the Tucson police report, which was almost entirely blacked out.
It basically was a black sheet that showed 2 lines saying animal abuse and fraud were the charges that they were looking into, with nothing else.
We spent weeks demanding the report without the redactions. This week, we received it. The report shows Tucson police were investigating Colton Jones, his brother Trevor, and former HSSA COO Christian Gonzalez for fraud and animal abuse. They gathered information from Humane Society leadership and learned there were no contracts signed by the Joneses for the pet transfer. There's no indication police made any attempts to interview them or look for evidence on their own. The county attorney's office then declined to prosecute the case due to a lack of evidence.
It's a massive failure. There's ample evidence of animal abuse and fraud.
It looked like a hot potato that they wanted to get out of their hands as quickly as possible.
In November, Kelly Poliso and other animal advocates reported the incident to the Apache Junction Police Department where the drop-off happened. The department also investigated and did an animal welfare check at the now abandoned storefront where the pets were offloaded. According to the police report, an officer made contact with Colton Jones's girlfriend, who let him inside where he found several geckos and lizards, but no signs of small pets or animal abuse. When Jones found out, he accused the officer of unlawfully entering the building, demanding he obtain a search warrant. Jones did not have a license to operate such a business and was given a code violation, but no criminal charges were filed.
I can understand why their hands are a little bit tied. Tucson, I don't believe that they did a thorough investigation at all.
The Humane Society of Southern Arizona and San Diego Humane Society both have long talked about taking civil legal action in this case, but now feel they don't have enough evidence to do so. So it seems both organizations are focused on moving on and trying to change their internal policies and procedures. Reporting from the west side, Corus Nylander, News 4 Tucson.